those who are missing. There we go. And there's the little knob. Please indicate, please record my voice. In the state of California, we have to have acknowledgement for you to be recorded. So, and with that, DeLorean, move along for me, please. Next slide. And here is your MBA team. As I suggested, my name is Ernie Silvers. I am your director, accessible to you at any time. I teach in the School of Entrepreneurship. I've been teaching at the university for about 10 years. In fact, this is my 10th year here at Cal State San Bernardino, having the life. I'll hand off now next to my office mate, DeLorean West. DeLorean?
Hi, I'm DeLorean West. I am the program advisor. So I will be assisting you as you go through the program with any questions you may have about classes and registration, or boot camps, or any other issues that may come up over the course of your program.
And third on top there, you see Dr. Pamela A. Bell. She is perhaps the resume writer on campus at Cal State San Bernardino. You have full access to her throughout your stay as a student at Cal State. If you have any resume questions, any interview prep, anything along those lines, Dr. Bell is available to you. All you need to do is reach out either to us at MBA Office, Dr. Abel directly. Next up is Miss Gloria Garcia. Gloria, you want to introduce yourself?
Of course. Welcome, everyone. So I am the MBA Online Program Specialist, and I will be assisting you with registration, payments, also course drops and textbook information, payment plans, and much more. So feel free to reach out.
Oh my goodness. Wow, I didn't know that. Next up is Jessica Peraza. Jessica.
Yes. Hi, everyone.
You are.
I'm Jessica Peraza. I'm the student advisor with the online MBA for Executives. I work with the College of Extended Global Education team. And if you're pursuing the online MBA, more than likely we've been in communication as assist students with the process of the application and the admissions process. So welcome.
Awesome. And I see a couple of you have indeed indicated online. And again, a reminder that if you are online, please put OL after your name so Jessica knows who you are and are in attendance. We have an amazing online team. I'm glad they're here. Thank you, ladies, for being with me today. Let me please encourage you that anytime during your tour, your journey through your MBA, you have access, if you're an online student, to and Gloria, or if you're a stateside student, to myself and DeLorean. Here's the contact information for MBA Office. I think a little bit later in the breakout, Jessica and Gloria will be sharing their information as well. We are located in college. That's the main college, the business college on campus. It's the only college on campus as far as I'm, though that's not true. I'm being a little satirical. We're on the first floor, JB 134. We've come down and see us. You would love to see our new offices. Phone numbers available, or you have mba@csusb.edu. Email anytime. Please do not hesitate to reach out and ask anything. Next slide, please. We are also connected, goodness gracious, our MBA graduate assistant, Ms. Kimberly, MBA social media coordinator, social media management, Facebook, and we have a YouTube channel. We are on LinkedIn. If you are on LinkedIn, please look up and connect with me. I'm a big LinkedIn guy. They tell me Facebook is for old people, so I don't do Facebook. And then there's Instagram. We do that too. So we're pretty active on these platforms. Please do not hesitate to connect with us. We would love to add you to our list. Next slide. Upcoming events, here you are at orientation. Advising is done by DeLorean 2 times a year, I believe, as the semester breaks, and also with Gloria and Jessica. If you have any questions, again, I'm going to pound the drum. And to do that, Ernie, because students sometimes fail to reach out and ask when they could have solved their little problems instantly. So never hesitate if you have a question about your program. We have a passport program. This is for online as well as stateside students. Passport program is where you have an opportunity to participate in special events, collect check marks in your virtual passport, and at the if you fill up your passport obligations, then you win a medal for your graduation when you graduate from the program. Alumni Speaker Series is on hold, still on winter break, hoping to bring that back soon. Student ambassadors, I will talk about in just a moment. Service learning, that one also is on hold for a little bit, and we have the Coyote Network, is a little bit like LinkedIn for campus, the Coyote Network. That's on your My Coyote on the web portal. Next slide, please. Here is our student ambassadors. This is good for online as regular, traditional, and executive students, and we do highly encourage any online students to participate as an ambassador. We will be taking applications for ambassadors starting up very soon after the semester starts. However, a new student, you need to complete at least one semester before applying as an ambassador. So our ambassadors are kind of like our best of the best. There's an interview process to bring ambassadors on board. These folks are highly visible students. These are our eyes and ears in the classroom, our representatives to help us ensure that the program is consistent, and if there are any challenges, that we're able to address those quickly. Professional development funds may be available to the student ambassadors. We have network opportunities. It's an extension of the MBA office and a resource. So as an ambassador, you are indeed representing the program as well as the students. It's quite an opportunity. These folks, these are some of our finest ambassadors. They're starting to get a little old now. We may have to change the photo because I think a few of them are in prison. I could be wrong. Next slide, please. Student services. Cal State San Bernardino is an amazing campus with an abundance of student services. Now, sometimes our graduates do not take advantage of all the services that are available, but as a student, please know and understand that these are available for you should you need services for students with disabilities. We have a Center for Global Management. We have Wellness Center, Recreation Center, which is pretty awesome. That's available to you. Mental Health Services, that's CAP. If you are a veteran, an amazing vet center run by Augustine Ramirez, rather, Mr. Augustine Ramirez. We have an amazing art museum. We have a career center. Study abroad programs. They took a bit of a hit through COVID. I think they're coming and students are able to participate in those. Sporting events, of course, at Cal State, and the Obershaw Den, not gym, but den. That is a food and hygiene resource for students should you need. So again, as a grad student, all of these are to you free of charge and available for you to take advantage of if you need. Have any questions, contact MBA office. Happy to help you find the right service you need. Next slide, please. And of course, we have apps. We have many apps except for the Blackboard apps. You can see them here, the Cal State Mobile, the app for the Rec Center, the Zoom. We have all of these that are available to you. Should you use, though, as an instructor, I will highly encourage you, please don't do homework from your cell phone. Why do you say that? Because some students do. Please don't do your homework from your cell phone. But we have apps that are available to you and encourage you to use them while you're here. There's lots of things for you to do, have fun, take advantage of, and please do participate, even though most of you are working adults. We understand all that, but don't hesitate to try to have a little fun with your program. And the next slide, I believe, Mr. West. And there you are, sir. Take it away, DeLorean.
Thank you, Ernie. So we offer 3 different programs for the master's program. So all of you will fall into one of these categories. We have our traditional program, which means you will be pursuing a concentration. We have our on-campus executive program, and we have our online executive program. So the online and the on-campus executive are exactly the same, just the format of instruction is going to be different. All right, so this is a copy of a sample program plan. All of you should have received this program plan from me, specific to your concentration. If you have not received one, please go ahead and reach out to me. Ernie, would you mind putting my email in the chat? And then if you're missing your program plan, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to provide it for you. For the online students, I have sent all the students who have been enrolled in the program an email because I do need a bit of information from you before I can provide you with a custom program plan. So please check your student email. That is how we will communicate with you from now on. We do not send messages to your private email. We will only send them to your student email. So make sure you check that often for updates from all of us as part of the team. And if you are in the online program, please go ahead and let me know the options that I provided you with, and I'll provide you with a custom program plan. For those of you who are in the traditional program, your program plan will include a concentration. So if you look on the program plan towards the bottom where it says focus area, that will include classes specific to your concentration. The program plan lists out all the classes that are required as part of the program. So there are no classes on here that, there are no classes missing from this. So once you've completed your program plan, you will have completed the program and you'll be awarded your degree. I do advising on a regular basis. In my email signature, there is a link where you can schedule up to 2 weeks in advance, advising with me on demand. I also do advising specific to the enrollment for the spring as well as the fall term. So you'll receive an invitation from me about 2 weeks before it's time for you to register, and you'll get a chance to schedule a time to meet with me to go over your schedule for the coming term. So please utilize the advising options that are available to you. All right, so the boot camps. The MBA program, we do not require prerequisites for the program. So in lieu of those prerequisites, we have the boot camps to prepare you for the essential courses that you'll see in the program. This is really important for students who are not coming from a business background and you're not familiar with business terminology or concepts. These boot camps are really going to help you prepare for the essential courses. So our recommendation is to do the boot camp that corresponds with the essential course that you're going to take next. The majority of you are taking the Admin 6010 and the Admin 6020 class. There are no boot camps for those two classes. So you're okay to go ahead and start taking those. You're not missing out. There's no boot camps for those. But when you get into your essential courses, there are 6 boot camps, 1 for each essential course. There is no boot camp for entrepreneurship 6210, and there's no boot camp for the management 6850. But there are 6 other boot camps for each of the other essential courses. On the screen is some information about them. They take about 10 to 20 hours to complete, and they are a requirement of the program. So we give you until the end of the program to complete the boot camps. However, you're going to get the most out of them if you do the boot camps right before you take that the corresponding course. All right. Advancement to candidacy. This term will come up a lot as you go through the program. What you see on the screen are the conditions we use before we advance you to candidacy. So you have to complete a minimum of 12 units with a 3.0 GPA or higher. You have to complete the Admin 6010 with a grade of a C or better. So this C is the requirement for all of the classes in the program except for one, and we'll go over that in just a moment. So you need to make sure you get a C in each class to apply to your program. If you get a C- or below, you will have to repeat that course and get a C or above to apply it to your program. So you want to make sure you get a C. Now, also keep in mind that a C average is a 2.0. It's not a 3.0. So in order to get a 3.0 and stay in good standing, which we consider not on academic probation, you need a B average, which is a 3.0. Underneath that is complete the admin 60/20 with a grade or B or better. So the 60/20 class fulfills a CSU-wide requirement to prove that you can write at a graduate level. So that's why it has a higher standard and it requires a B. If you get a B minus in admin 60/20, you will have to repeat this class. So you want to make sure you get a B or better so you do not have to retake the admin 60/20. And again, the admin 60/20 is the only class that requires a B or better. Every other class you will take requires a C or better to count towards your program. In order to be advanced, you also have to declare your concentration. Most of you, or pretty much everyone, has to declare a concentration when coming into the program. If you're in the traditional program, we don't allow undeclared students anymore. So all of you will have already declared it. And then if you have any elective coursework, we like to have you identify what courses you're going to take as your elective before we advance you to candidacy. And this is something I watch for in every student. One of the things I do is at the end of every fall and every spring, once the grades have posted, I will send you a progress report that has an updated program plan with the grades you just received for the fall and the spring, as well as any action items that you need to complete. So I'll explain those in my email and make it very clear, and feel free to respond to me if you have any questions about the progress report that you receive at the end of every term. And then complete the boot camps. Now, there is some flexibility here because we do give you to the end of the program to complete the boot camps. So you don't have to have them complete by the time we advance you, but we will send you reminders with each progress report to make sure that you're aware that this is a requirement and that you're working on these boot camps as you go throughout the program. All right, so this is a copy of...
Lauren,
yes, sir.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but could you touch happens if I don't maintain a 3.0? What happens, Lauren?
Yeah, so the 3.0 is the requirement, which is a B average. If you drop below that, and some students do in their first term, if you get a C and a B in your first two classes, then you'll be placed on academic probation. If you're placed on academic probation, you'll get a letter from me as well as from Graduate Studies letting you know that your GPA has dropped below the required 3.0. If it continues to remain below the 3.0, then you get an invitation to meet with Ernie to discuss your continuing on with the program. So we do look at what type of progress you're making in the program when making decisions on if you are going to be invited to continue in the program. Did you have anything you want to add to the?
No, I no,
Ernie?
I don't. I just wanted to make sure that we were all aware of that little caveat there.
Yes. So what Ernie and I like to say is, if you please stay in contact with us early and often, because the earlier you contact us about a problem in a class or maybe an outside of class issue that you're having, the more options we have available to you. So the earlier you get to us, the more options we have. However, as time goes on and the issue is left unresolved, the less and less options we'll have to assist you with. So as soon as the issue occurs, please reach out to us. Let us know there's an issue so we can assist you with that. Same goes for instructors. If you're struggling in class, you're having an issue, please reach out to the instructor, let them know. More often than not, they're going to work with you. They're going to have, they can meet with you through Zoom if you're an online student, or they have office hours. So please pay attention to that and stay in contact with your instructors. If you have an issue, please reach out to them. They're here to help you. All right, so what you see on the screen now is the waivers and forms. So these are the different forms we use at the MBA program. Some of these you will use over the course of your program, some you will never use, but some important things, some important forms to point out. Drop after census. So census is very important on the campus. You want to be aware of this if you're an online student or an on-campus student. Census date is a little bit different for the online students because they have two sessions, but you'll want to pay attention to the census date. If you drop a class prior to census, it does not go on your transcript. There's no record of it. It's like the class never existed. If you have to drop a class after census, then it does go on your transcript and it will show a withdrawal because you withdrew from that class after census. So it's important to know when census is for each of the terms. And if you're planning on dropping a class, please do so before the census date. Another form that's important to pay attention to is the leave of absence. So we know life happens, things come up, and that may prevent you from being able to focus on school, and you just need a break from the program. So we have a leave of absence form that allows you to take time away from the program, and it will maintain your status in the program when you're ready to return. So you can take up to 4 consecutive terms off away from the program and then return. So that's almost 2 years away from the program, because you don't need a leave of absence if you're going to take the summer term off. That's considered optional. And then the winter, what we call the winter intersession, that is also considered optional. So you only need a leave of absence if you're going to take the fall or the spring term off. Now, for the online students, your terms are divided into 2. So you have session 1 and session 2 for the fall and the spring. If you're going to attend a class in either session 1 or session 2 for the fall or the spring, then you don't need a leave of absence because you're considered enrolled if you're in at least one of the 2 sessions. All right. And then we discussed probation and dismissals. Repeat of a course, discounted grade. So all graduate students get one, what we call discounted grade over the course of their program. So that means if you take a class, you don't get the required C, you get a C- or below, and you have to retake the class. You can file a discounted grade, which will basically discount the first attempt from affecting your GPA. The records office will only consider the second attempt when calculating your cumulative GPA. Now, you get one of these over the course of your program. So you want to make sure to use this sparingly or not at all. That way, you have it available should something happen, you have a bad term, you get a D or an F or something happens, then you can use this discounted grade. And then 7-year limit on applicable coursework. You do have 7 years to complete your program. There are ways where we can extend your program out through a recertification program to 12 years, which is the maximum, but the majority of our students finish within that 7-year time frame. And then was there any information I'm missing on any of the forms, Ernie, that you wanted to?
No, but I do have a question in the chat, not really on topic, but it's fire. Question is, how many classes can I take in the winter? A little bit off.
Yes. So so the winter term for the on-campus students is different from the winter for the online students. So for the on-campus students, winter intersession is only 3 weeks long. So we typically don't offer any master's level classes during that short time frame. For the online program, it is considered an accelerated program. So we do offer classes for the winter, for the online students. We actually will assign you a winter term. If you decide you don't want to take winter, you can let me know and I will adjust your program plan to not include a winter session for the online students. So please just feel free to reach out to me once you get your final program plan. If you want to make any changes, let me know, and I'll work with you to make those changes. For the on-campus students, after your first term, you do your own enrollment based on your program plan. So you can plan out your own schedule, or if you want to meet with me, I'm happy to plan out your schedule and determine how many classes you want to take per term and which terms to take those. For the online students, that's all planned out as soon as you enter the program and you let me know the answer to the email that I send all the online students.
Excellent.
All right. So this is our website. We put a link in the chat to our website. You'll want to familiarize yourself with this website. We have important information on there, and you'll be referring to this over the course of your program. On the right, you'll see a couple items that are available on the website, pieces of information. We have the admission guidelines that doesn't really apply to a lot of you, but hopefully if you want to share the information about the program with others and they need to know the admission deadlines, please feel free to do so. We also have the regular deadlines for the program as well. We have appointment scheduling. So if you go there, if you look on this screenshot, we have click here for virtual appointments. That's how you can access to schedule an advising appointment with me. You can also schedule an appointment to meet with Ernie as well. Ernie and I both have electric scheduling in our signatures of our emails as well. So you can access it that way as well. We have our forms that are available on the website as well. We have course information. We have program information. We have information about the cost of the program. We also have information about the 2 accumulating courses that you will take over the program. And that's under the current student tab. And that's the comprehensive exam, which you will all take over the essential courses, as well as the MBA portfolio. So if you go to current student, you can look up the information about the comp exam, as well as the MBA portfolio. And generally speaking, you'll take the comp exam in the last term of the program, and you'll also take the portfolio in your last term of the program as well. All right, so this is just a mock-up of what you'll see when you go to the appointment system off of our website, where you can see the available options. Most of these will show you 2 weeks in advance, and you can just pick a time and day that works for you, and it automatically goes on our schedule, and we'll meet with you at that day and time. All right. So we're going to do the breakout now. The online students, you're going to meet with Jessica and Gloria, and the on-campus executive and the traditional students are going to stay here with Ernie and I.
So if you're an online student, go ahead and accept to join the breakout room.
Run, Forrest, run. Are they doing it?
Oh, all right. Okay, Ernie, we're going to go to okay, so all of you that are in the room, I'm going to assume that you are in the traditional or on-campus executive, because the information we'll be giving you is different from what the online students are currently receiving from Jessica and Gloria. All right, so
right. But hang on just a second.
Yeah.
If I'm there was a question. It's like, how long is this going to take? Is it going to take 24 months to go through the program? I did put an answer in the chat, but DeLorean, I'd like you to speak to that since you deal with the students who are primarily navigating. How long is this going to take? Can you speak to that for just a minute?
Yeah, I can. So generally speaking, for the traditional executive, the executive program is 30 units. Most students will finish in about 2 years. Now, you do create your own schedule and you choose how many classes you are going to take. So an on-campus student can take up to 5 classes per term. I generally don't recommend for you to take 5 classes per term, except if school is your only commitment. If you are not working, especially not working full-time, and if you don't have a lot of family commitments where school is basically your job, then we do see students take up to 5 classes. The majority of our students are taking between 2 to 3. Some students will take 4 classes per term. So with that type of schedule, and if you do decide to take classes over the summer, it's a great time to take additional classes. Most of the time, summer classes are offered in a fully online format, so you don't have to come to campus. You can usually finish in about 4 to 5 terms. And then how you divide those terms up is up to you. For our cybersecurity students, that is our largest concentration in terms of units. It is 42 units. So most of those students are finishing in about 2.5 years because of the amount of units that are required for that class. So like I said, feel free to schedule an appointment to meet with me to discuss your schedule, but I would plan on taking about 2 years or 5 semesters to complete the program.
Absolutely.
All right. So
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So what you see on the screen is the concentrations that we offer. If you decide you want to change your concentration, you absolutely can. And if you're thinking about changing your concentration, I usually recommend to students to change the concentration by the end of their first term. And that will allow us, when we meet, to plan out your schedule using the most accurate program plan rather than an old program plan that you've either changed from or you're thinking about changing. So it's important that we use the correct program plan when I advise you during your advising sessions. Changing is a very simple process. There's a form you fill out. There's a $6 fee that you'll pay. And then we'll go ahead and we will change your program plan to the new concentration. If you're interested in seeing what are the classes involved with each of the concentrations, if you go to the bulletin on the campus website and under the MBA program, it will show you all the classes that are required broken up by concentration. So you can get an idea. And then if you decide to change, please let me know. I'll assist you with changing over. If you'd like to take 2 concentrations, you can. We do have students who have dual concentrations. The process is the same. There's a form you fill out. It's a $6 fee. And then I will make a dual concentration program plan for you. That way, when I advise you, we can look at both concentrations and see when they're available. One note about the program plans and your specific concentration classes. So the focus area courses, the essential courses are core of our MBA program. Those classes are typically offered in the fall, in the spring, and in the summer. Whereas the focus area courses, which are specific to your concentration, those are typically offered once per academic year. So when you're creating your schedule, I recommend first, once you've taken your focus area, your concentration area prerequisite class, when you're creating your schedule, start looking at the focus area courses and see which courses are offered. If it's something you're interested in taking, go ahead and enroll in that class. And then for the rest of your classes to fill out your schedule, go ahead and fill that in with essential courses that don't conflict with those focus area courses. And the reason for that is sometimes students will try to take all the essential courses in a row, and they don't take any focus area courses. And then what happens is the focus area course that you need to complete the program is not offered until, say, it's fall. It's not offered till next fall, and you miss that class. Then you have to wait till that class comes around next fall in order to complete your program. So it's important that you're taking the focus area courses along with the essential courses so you don't delay your program. All right. Did you want to go ahead with the academic departments, Ernie?
Of course, I can do that. These are all my buddies here, State, Jack Brown College. This is Dr. Mike Stull. Dr. Mike Stull is Prof Boss, teaching in the School of Entrepreneurship. Mike has been with the college for, oh my goodness, I believe better than 25 years. He is the school director for the School of Entrepreneurship, as well as the director of the Inland Empire Center for Entrepreneurship. We have a pretty major entrepreneurship footprint here at Cal State, as well as in the Inland Empire. So if you're going to take Entrepreneurship 6210, Dr. Stull teaches that class. He is amazing, and also director of the entrepreneurship effort at Cal State. Next is Dr. Conrad Shio. He is the department chair for what we call IT, Information Decision Sciences. That covers cybersecurity, that covers global supply chain management. So Dr. Shio, and we have a couple of instructors. I think these are their high school graduation photos. They've got a little bit of a different look to them these days. Next, please, is, I think, yes, there is Stella Shu. Dr. Stella Shu is the department chair for management. Stella, amazing lady, is doing a really good job in the Department of Management. Next, please. Back up just a second. Idea that I really should have talked about, the HR program. Can you back up, Lauren?
Let's see. I think so. Yeah.
There we go. Talking about management. Management is now one of the concentrations that you can do in the MBA is HR. Coming to you soon. We have an amazing HR program housed in the management department. So those of you who are in HR management folks, please be heads up and consider that. an opportunity for you. So human resources is a big deal. We have a great program, and think about that in your journey. Now let's go to the next one. We have Dr. Haken Brown, another high school yearbook photo. Dr. Brown is chairman of marketing department, or the department chair for marketing. Marketing is pretty amazing program as well. They do sports management. They do social media management. Somebody likes Dr. Haken Brown as an amazing teacher. If you're talking about Dr. Brown on that. Dr. Brown is a good guy. I like Brown. Next photo, please. And I think this is not Dr. Joe Torme. New program to our college, housed at Palm Desert campus, but available to those of us at San Bernardino, is our hospitality management program. Joe runs a great program out at Palm Desert campus. Turning that into a degree is going to interface that with the MBA program. That should be soon. I'm not sure what the launch date on that is, but they are busily working on the MBA with a hospitality management concentration. So stay tuned for that. Next is, I think, the nicest man on campus and certainly in our college, Dr. Taewon Yang, who is also the chair of the MBA curriculum committee, as well as the finance and accounting chair. So if you are an accounting and finance major, concentrate. Dr. Yang is your go-to person on that. We introduce you to the department chairs because as an instructor and as a center director, I encourage you to know who your department chairs are. If you have any questions about your programs, specifically to accounting and finance or cybersecurity or management or HR, it is probably best for you to go directly to your department chair to ask the questions. So I encourage you, again, know who your department chair is and become familiar with those. The next slide, please. And I think we're probably, there we are. We are all done. This QR code here is a scan for virtual appointment. You scan that with your phone. That'll just take you to the make an appointment page for us. I think we're at the end of our slides. Have our other folks rejoined? I don't think they have they?
They haven't rejoined us yet. No. So we'll open this time to answer any general questions about the traditional program or the on-campus executive program. So you can either unmute yourself and ask us the question, or you can put the question in the chat.